Hello everybody, it's Celeste here. Welcome to A Crafter's Story and thank you for stopping by. So in a previous video, two actually previous videos, I showed you how I made this journal out of some packaging material. I still haven't decorated the back. That'll come later. And in the meantime, I started this art journal and did some negative painting. So I'm doing something else in the journal, and it's kind of why I'm showing you this is because it's kind of along the lines of this. I put down some color, I drew a picture, but instead of putting white paint around my design and so that the design itself is colored, I'm going to just put paint on paint. So I've got my base layer down again. This is my base layer, and then I've gone ahead and done this side already, just to give you an example of what I'm talking about. So I've took a bunch of paint and just splooched it down, just with my bottle, and then took a paintbrush and just covered the page. I used different paintbrushes so that my paints don't mix as much. So I'll have one for the yellow, one for the red, one for the orange, one for the blue, and kind of make sure that the whole page is covered. And then I drew in my design and painted with the same paint over the base layer. And guys, I'm just using, I've got some dollar store paints. I really like the Liquitex Basics acrylic fluid. I'm using that a lot, and I'm using that today. So I was looking at what I wanted to put on this page, and because the pencil markings don't show up very well, I traced it out, and I'm going to now just color it in. So I hope you join me while I just fill in with color on top of color. It's like double dipping with my paint colors. So I'll see you in the faster version of this video. I really love how this came out. So I was kind of going for a ladybug, but I think this looks more like a moth. But I think I'm going to give this moth some ladybug spots anyway. So maybe I'll just call it a lady moth. Because in art, it's interpretive. I really like how the sort of double dipping with the color, even though I'm using the same colors on top of the base, it still pops off the page. And I made those a bit bigger. So that's what I thought was kind of cool about this technique, is that even though the colors in the background are busy and very bright, still the same, still pops off. So yay. All right, so I'm going to maybe see if I can take some of the white and the brown, mix it together, and give these leaves maybe just a little bit of something like this. I like using this tool to drag color. Oh, that's still a bit wet there. Like that. And so what do you guys think? Is this something that you would try? I really like it. I decided that the way that the paint went down here already looked like a flower, so I just outlined it. Kind of thought that worked out quite nicely. So try and put that down. Yeah. So I suppose what I could also do is put some black dots in the white. You know, I don't want to overdo it, but yeah, I like the way it turned out. What do you guys think? I hope it sparked an idea, and if it did, please let me know. I always like to hear from you, and I will reply to every single comment that always comes through. All right, you guys. Well, we'll see you next time. Bye.